down 3 inches and cross mark to begin opening up my neckline. 3 inches there. And I'm going to drop this neckline. I'm going to cut away and lower it again, making this sort of a summertime kind of thing. Because in the winter we want to bundle up. So 3 inches at the necklines. Then I can go over to my shoulders and have a look as well. Now, here, I'm going to go to my back. I'm lecturing here. When I talk, please. Thank you. I will connect my back shoulder armhole to the neckline and eliminate that dart. What about the length now? Should I lengthen or should I remove it? Looks like they've got the original shoulder measurement, which is 5 inches. If I continue to apply that 3-inch marking, that distance from the original neckline, so I can cut away and open this up, I see that I would then have on my 5-inch shoulder 3 inches here with the 2 inches remaining. Okay, I want to say that because that's something they've highlighted in the book, and so they want you to be able to see that. What about the front? I keep measuring my 3 inches. However, what's going to happen very soon? Uh-oh, here I am. I'm crashing into my dart. So what should I do?
Yeah.
I'm going to move that dart out of my way. Hi.
Hello.
What happened? Is she okay?
The gremlins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the gremlin. No, your grandma, your sitter, whatever. You okay?
Oh, my grandma. My
Oh, and
grandkids
they're
are
off today, right? That's why.
good. Yeah. It was a mommy day for them.
Okay, so what it looks to me like they've moved it into the side seam, and that's fine. We can do that too. I don't know that we have to go that far down, but hey, let's be consistent with the book, people, in case you ever need to refer to this technique. So I'm going to fold and move that dart. Again, a good little rule of thumb, or good practice. When in doubt, move it out of your way. Do what you got to do, and then try to deal with it in its new location. Maybe that'll present a solution for you. Huh?
How much is this?
2 inches down. Pretty standard side. What do I call that? French dart. Let me get this down for you. Into position for a minute. Everybody had a nice long weekend. Crappy weather as usual, but nonetheless, we plug along. And where are you off to? Are you going somewhere again?
Nope.
No, that's it?
This term, it ends in 3 weeks.
I know. I thought you'd be going again.
I am, but
You. So now I can do my 3 inches. I can finish that off. I can connect those.
2 inches down from the side seam on the side, right?
Yes, for the French dart. I'm going to finish up my neckline. I can do that, the solid line front and back. So here's the moral of the story. The principle here is that I want to do sort of the designing, the styling of these areas first, and then I can deal with darts and techniques or whatever else I need to, right? I'm going to drop that neckline first, and then I'll put in gathers or whatever I need to do, drawstrings and all of that. This was 3. All right, so there's a ruffle here, and some of them have bandings or ruffles, but you can see that the white has also a casing. So I added that because I didn't like this elasticy bit falling down, all out of control for me. I'd like to have the drawstring to control it if I ever wear it in class or whatever, so that everything is in its proper position. All right, here's the back one. Where should I go next, people? Let's see what the book says. Anything exciting there? What they have here are some style lines. Style lines and slash lines, some working lines. If we go along the neckline now, before we cut this off, we're going to measure in or down from the neck shoulder point into that neckline 1 1/4 inches. And we will put our first working line, 1 1/4 there, and then what do we do? Do we keep going? I don't see anything. So whatever's left, that's the wrong one I'm looking at. Okay, so I've got 1 1/4, and then I've got whatever's left over. Great. Let's do the front. So I'm following their instructions too, step by step. What am I doing? 1 1/4 down this way, just like I did on the back. They have the front, they have the back flipped here for some reason. I don't know why. And they've got it showing the back here. It's throwing me off my game. 1 1/4. Because my brain is saying, that's wrong, that's wrong. And what else have they done? Go ahead. Now, so there's my 1 1/4, and by the looks of it here, whatever remains, they just divided that in half and created another cross mark. I'm getting 3 1/4, so I'll have 1 1/2, 1 5/8. Okay.
1 5/8.
Yeah. I don't know if yours will be the same. So whatever this was, I just divided in half. And I'm going to use these cross marks to here up first on the front, connect that to my bust point. All of a sudden, what's happened here?
New slash line.
A new slash line, but it's also connected to the pivot point. And what it does from there is it goes on. But I love this. So they tell me to add some length. Where's the length? I'm not framed up here. I can't figure this out without framing up my draft. How long is this blouse? Only one way to find out.
4 inches.
I'm the designer. I'm drafting this. I'm going to say, yes, I'll probably wear a belt, or I want a little bit of blousing. I'll put that in there. And then I want it to hang down, or I want to wear it over my jeans or in my jeans or wherever I'm going with those jeans. I'm kidding. 28 inches with some blousing. What do you think? Let's see where it is on here. Oh my. Right? Full length. So I'm going to go down there, frame it up. Maybe that's a bit much. Maybe I'll just add an inch to the bottom of this. And then to the bottom of that length, now that is finalized length, what kind of a hem allowance do we put on it?
Small.
1/2 inch.
We'll do a little 1/2 inch turn, and get on with our lives. Poor mummy. And then I'll trim it up. The reason being, I had to sort of stop in mid-gear because this line in here is going to extend right into my side seam. And I was looking at that side seam and I couldn't figure out what's what. because I haven't, first of all, straightened the shape, which by the looks of it is what I'm supposed to do. And then there is this location at the waist somewhere where this slash line would continue into. So I'm trying to find that location. I'm going to start by straightening my back, because right now I've got that French dart in the front side seam. And if I look and try to extend down my side seam on the back, I have to add a 1/2 inch to the big hip and go straight through there, that waist. So I did the back first because...
Is it an inch and a half on the waist?
Sorry?
That you added?
Yeah, it's a good
You said
inch.
the big hip.
No, I said a 1/2 inch at the big hip,
Sorry.
and
That's
an
the
inch and a half. It is an inch and a half at the waist. That's cool. But the 1/2 inch at the big hip. So let's see how that plays out. By squaring up from that big hip, I need a good 1/2 inch there. Hang on, let's see if I can get it. Not really. Could be the blocks are a little bit off. I'll do a common sensey thing, which is to make a straight line parallel with that center front. Ultimately, that's my verification. All right, so now I have these side seams. So now I can extend this out. It looks like it goes to the waist. Well, let's analyze the garment. We may not know what the heck the instructions are saying, but we can certainly look at this garment and see how far we should be adding fullness. This fullness comes from this neckline. Looks like it's added all the way down. It doesn't stop at the waist. It kind of goes on. So, I don't know. I'm going to pick an amount here. I'll go to the small hip, which is 4 inches down from my waist at the side seam. Cross mark that. Apply it directly to the back piece. 4 inches here. 4 inches here. This is kind of a puzzle there. They've not filled in the blanks. They just left it. And now I can extend this right through to my small hip and start to slash. On the front, let's finish it off. We have another one. That one's supposed to come in and behave like a raglan. A raglan, can we take that off, please? Can you help, please? No. And we're shipping it out. Hey, you. We have matching hair today. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Maybe on the inside we could see better. So you can see that style line, that sleeve seam is not in a set-in armhole. It's a different kind. And that's what we're going to do in next semester in Pattern Making 3. We're going to begin by doing things like raglan sleeves. So what's happened here is some of the shoulder has been attached to the upper part of the sleeve and removed from the front of that torso and the back. And that's what we see these little bits here, these cross marks are for. And we're going to draw them, connect them, blend them into my raglan, which is into that armhole. And I like to keep this notch as my intersecting level. So now I have a slash line here, and then I have my raglan style line. I should keep that level even as I move over and do it on the back. Don't have to understand how the raglan is sewn right now. Just expose yourselves, look at this, and see. So here's my raglan style line. Here's my raglan style line. Here I have a slash line. I got a couple things going on here. What happens now? I'm going to cut this neckline down. I'm going to need a couple notches for that piece, and I'm going to need a couple piece notch or a single there to identify how to bring all of this back together again. Ready? Because once I cut this off, then it's gone. Do I have notches here for this? To be able to put this back onto here? Uh-oh. I'm going to just double that one up, and then I'm going to use these lines, these working lines, for the front.
Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna have to take a mark off for working on that.
It's a good thing you're taking draping at the same time, or else there'd be no mercy for me. Interesting. So now I just found out that my boss may not be my boss after Friday.
What?
Oh man, if I gotta start all over, I'm gonna shoot
boss
myself. Yes.
Are they retiring?
Oh, I
maybe?
know. If I have to break in a new one,
Just become the boss yourself.
Yeah,
You dress
that's
for it,
it.
and the belt doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
We dress for success.
Yeah.
Just take the spot.
Then we won't have any stress.
Yeah.
That would be one.
okay, so that's the back.
She's not answering.
You don't want to answer.
Because we have the video going, eh?
Hey, just put in whatever class you want next term.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I like that. I might be able to slide in that top
Exactly.
one.
They wouldn't know any better.
When I get a new beat,
Exactly.
This was already
I can
agreed.
sometimes. When I get somebody new, she goes, "No, we always do that." That's how we always do it. Okay, I'm going to orient myself because I'm starting to cut things up here and I'm going to get lost in the translation, center front. Okay. So, now what happens? Now this little yoke is going to come off. Pass me that little sleeve. And I'm going to show you, there's my back little yoke. I opened up the neckline, so it ended up being a teeny tiny piece. Thank you so much. And now this teeny tiny piece from my front, meeting at my notch there. I gotta put this one. Oh, that's twice. Comes here and attaches to the sleeve there.
That's it. Is that the two with the one?
The what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What notches on this one? There's two notches.
No,
There's two
sorry,
on
yeah, that's what I was trying to do. There you go. Sorry, that works way better. See?
She's paying attention.
Listen to Sally. So, watch me again. Here I go. I'll do it on the front. I got this little piece left over on my neck, part of the shoulder armhole. Just opening your minds to the fact that this would be the non-set-in type sleeve, a variation, and it comes very nicely from that notch and attaches to my cap of my sleeve. Silence has fallen.
That's a beautiful thing.
You know?
So then that would be, if you rounded out, would that be the neckline?
No.
There's a sleeve.
This is my neckline up here. Yes, you're right. I would blend some of this in. It would be a weird kind of blending. This is what Denise is talking about. This now would be one shape, one continuous shape. Because that's neckline. Nice fluid. And in here would be lots of those. So I would not necessarily have to address some of those fit issues and whatever. Leave it like that for a sec. Let's finish off the fronts and backs. And we'll come back. So, I don't know what this is. I'm not going to label this because this is cut away from the pattern. This is taken away from the pattern. and no longer is part of it. Okay, we lower that neckline. Good. So what happened with the front? Okay, watch me now on the front. Here I go.
You want to sit here? Because our buddy is
Huh?
needing some pressure.
What happened?
Yeah, I was just wondering.
You want to
if
sit
you
here?
wanted to sit
No. Can we focus on the lesson, please? And let the adult learners deal with their own seating arrangements? Okay, here we go. I'm closing my French dart. This allows me, by slashing, to close that French dart. Now what?
That's what's going on the dart. Are the those other darts you're getting rid of, right?
What other darts?
Those,
I'm ignoring them.
there's no more.
Yep, they're left inside the garment. We're not doing anything to them, and we're going to give us room. Now, here's where this dart moved into, right?
Right.
Now, I could leave that. Would that give me enough gathers
No.
for my pet? No,
No.
because we can look at that, and we can, whose is that? Huh. Huh. Okay. And that we can leave that, but however, it doesn't really satisfy our gathers discussions. Remember? I've lectured you on gathers and said, wait a minute, gather. Yeah, people throw the term around. But it's not, in fact, gathers. In order for it to be gathers, I need 2.5, 3 times as much. So here, look at now how I am able to slash and spread and open this garment through here, literally, into my side seam. And put the gathers that I need at the neckline. Isn't that interesting? Glad you found it so interesting. All I had is some paper and some grain lines and such. I noticed I hadn't put anything on there.
So that's if you're doing a gather to the neck. If you're doing it to the bottom, how would you add that in? Would you just...
Watch me.
Okay.
Here, if say I was doing it to the bottom, and I think this is very plausible. This is very likely. That's how I would do it.
Boom. Okay.
Then I'd have to blend from here to here.
Okay.
You see me? What?
Sorry.
Excuse me?
Say that again.
What's
before you
going
take
on?
it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Nisha asked me if I wanted to have fullness here and fullness there. What I would do. So I sliced right through and I'm going to add the fullness throughout the garment. Which is what we saw here, I think. This had fullness throughout. Right? A lot of extra volume. I'm going to put it back together again. But it's good to show, to demonstrate a couple little things. Yes, the segue to raglan sleeves. And now you know that they exist and kind of sort of what they look like. But also how to slash and spread this pattern internally from the center sort of coming out. And we've done it with the sleeves, so why wouldn't we do it with the raglan? Hang on, this one?
This one's yours.
Let's see.
Honey Vanna.
Who? Vanna White, yes. Thank you. She does kind of look like her. Doesn't she? Yeah. Looks like Vanna. She's standing there. She's with the varnish. That Vanna's got to be up there now, right? How old has she got to be? Oh, good heavens. Oldest talk show, whatever model, or not talk show, game show ever. Alrighty, so how much do I add in here?
2.5 times.
Pretty much.
Minimum.
Yeah, well, let's see what I got there first, and then we'll see. Yeah, exactly. What Sally said. So actually, I can measure this little section. And I've got 6, and therefore I should have, wow, lots.
An extra 12, right?
6, wow, wow, that's 3 times. That's 2 times. Let's just put in twice. I don't have enough paper. But you can see again that these things now tend to get bigger than life or bigger than expected. You can never sort of visualize this before, you know?
6 inches?
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like I got a little more there. No, I got exactly 6. Okay. But, you know, and again, you may look in the book, sorry, Sally, to interrupt, but don't be deceived, you know, you have to stick to what you know to be correct about this gathers ratios and all of this, okay?
Okay, so that's exactly
Yes.
what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
If this is, did you say 6 inches?
Mhm.
And you're only adding 6, you're
Yeah.
adding 1 time.
Yeah,
If you're saying it should be
twice.
2 and a
Yeah,
half,
it's
it
only
should be a
one.
lot
I
wider
know.
than this. If
Yeah, I
you're making
agree.
the actual shirt, right?
Yeah.
So that's not nearly enough. I
Thank
just wanna
you.
know, but I just wanna
But
know
no,
if I make
it's
it,
true,
right?
but it's true.
Sorry, I don't mean to be,
No, you're not. What do we need? Inquiring minds want to know. So here I might gather all along here and come through here. Uh-oh, do I have a notch or anything there that I should be using? And then I would stop close to my side seam. Now, what's happening down here? Sorry, close to my shoulder. Down my side seam, I've bent it, and I will blend it. And then, what about the back side? Can I use this for my back side?
Sure.
I should be able, theoretically, to use that seam allowance, that side seam shape for my back.
So do you stop these an inch from like an inch
I
from
do
the
for
side?
sewing purposes. I don't like them crashing into my intersecting seam, okay? So if I had a notch, and this was my notch, where's that notch gone? If I had a notch, this line was my notch, and I cut in between it.
Divide it in half and make it.
It's right here, it's living in the middle somewhere, okay? All right, let's see what we can do. Let's have a peek at the back. So theoretically, you know what should happen. Sally did the math, she analyzed it, she figured out that this is not realistic, perhaps. What happens here? What should I do? How should I handle the back? I think it's a wise idea to put in a little slash line into that neckline, keeping certain things as much as I possibly can hang on to, similar to that front. I've got 4.5 here. I'm going to do 2 1/4. I'm going to connect it through to that side seam location and see if I can get the same shape front and back. Okie dokie, here I go. And in here, I should add probably 6. I've got some horizontal lines I can use here. Let me just see if I can keep everything perpendicular, parallel. Good, good. And then I can just match that up. And let's see what that adds in my back. What I'm looking now is my side seam and not focusing up here so much, which may or may not be a good thing. I should consider that as well, obviously, but right now I'm trying to manage the paper, control that paper from flip-flopping around. Part of this is, like we said, your environment, your handling of the paper, the skills you build with using those rulers and those tools and things. The thing is, if I don't sort of maintain some control over this, I might have a garment that's tippy. More fabric on the front, less on the back, or more on the back, or whatever. What happens when that occurs, or when we have more on the front or back, it'll push the side seams. One side will push the other one. It becomes a bully, and pushes that side seam off its grain and from hanging straight. Where the heck is it? Over here?
This one.
Holy moly. Where am I going here? Okay, but that's not straight. I gotta have it straight. So that's that. So yeah, I should open this more. And let's see if I can measure. Now I know the back and the front's different, so I may not get the same. I'm gonna try for 4.5. What do you think? If you can you see over there? Straight. We could go. I'll try 4.5. Okay, we're close enough. Okay. I'll let you guys do the work. I'll fiddle with this. So in here now I have 4.5 inches versus the back. Would I ever be able to have side seams, you think, and these gather amounts equal? Do you think I could ever do that balancing act? I don't think I could ever get that. Okay? So what I'm going to get is more, or play it safe, be generous, have more than I need. And I'll blend, put in some squiggles, and trim off my side seams. I've got labeling and grain lines. So that's what I'm doing. You do the same thing now, I'm sure. I'm sure you're making the little checklists in your head. And finding ways to remember all the details. That's what you're doing. So I would stop away from my side seams or any kind of seam. What's the deal here? What's the grains? Let's talk for a sec. Think. I'll work. You think. Straight grain.
grain,
What?
yeah.
What's the? Where's the opening?
Do it right where the darts are.
What darts?
Darts that are not there, but we still
Straight
see.
line, straight line.
What is it? It's front and back on the fold. That's what it is. Can't wait all day for you guys to figure it out. Front and back on the fold for a change. This is a pull over the head thing. This is an opened up neckline. Do you think we can get our fat head through whatever we took off there? I think we can, right? That's why we did that.
Cut one.
Oh yeah, I didn't go to the label stage. I give up.
We're nearly done this.
I know. The whole semester. We're nearly there. But it was hard. Wasn't it long? I don't know. Sally, you went away. It was awful.
It was stressful.
That's always that way.
Yeah, but now we're coming to the end and I'm like, what am I gonna do?
You're coming back again.
That's
for
not
summer.
how you're supposed to do it.
Taking one glass. No, you'll be by yourself. I'll send you videos of me being at home smiling at you.
Are you not taking anything in the summer?
Of course I am. Are you crazy? Garment construction.
2, 3,
Two.
3. So
Well, garment construction should be offered in the fall again too.
Of course.
That's for sure.
yes.
Yes.
What is?
I want 3.
Yeah. Yes, it always is.
one
It's offered
particular
except for
one
this one because it was offered last semester. I know. I'm tracking this. Trust me.
But that's me. If you offered in the summer, we still offer it in the fall.
Yes, I usually get in because it depends on what's happening. I've got a full class, 2 full
Garment 1
classes.
and 2 together.
Of 103,
Is that too
so
much?
by the time September rolls around, they'll be ready. You understand? You don't have to worry. I'll handle it.
Very so
I know. I'll take my time.
Please,
I'm not in a rush.
no. Because if
Poor
I saw you
guys.
in garment too, I
You're
would just
stuck
look
with
at
me.
you.
You ain't going anywhere.
No, I'm not doing that mistake again.
Where'd that notch go?
When that was in the middle?
In the center.
In the center, yeah.
Yeah.
Double? Okay.
2 1/4.
Yeah, something like that. What she said. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Let me finish the front.
Sorry,
The
stop.
other one.
I know.
That's like, you know, what's going on with you today?
She
I'll
wants
tell
to
you exactly
go.
what's going on with me. Is I came home after doing my volunteering today,
Yes.
and I ate nothing but chocolate.
Okay.
So I went on this huge chocolate high, and I've now crashed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm expecting
So,
to soon
I'm
as
just-
well. I'll be crashing any
I'm
minute.
just trying to convince Mary that I could just teach the course and she can be the whole boss.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll go
You know
sit
what?
in the
Keep on
office
doing
in
that.
there, and then I'll shoot myself in those cubicles. You can't. I can't go in there. Come on.
Sorry.
I can't do the cubicle thing. They offered it to me before. I'm not good in cubicles. Can
Tell
you
them
see
you'll
me?
do part-time
They all
cubicle.
gain 30 pounds. As soon as they move into the cubicle positions, I'm tracking them. They get 18-month contracts. In 18 months, they put on 30 pounds. All of them. I've got the spread.
Yeah.
Huh?
30.
30.
30.
That's a year and a bit, yep.
They sit on their butt.
It's not, and it's very stressful. I don't know if I can do it. Not that anybody's offering it to me right now, but anyway. This one's the front, so let's make sure. All
Where'd
right,
you fold?
And here?
so,
Cut on fold.
yes,
This
I'm
is
gonna
the current fold.
put that on full, label it. Now, if you look at the picture and if you look at the garment, what's missing? Ah, silence
sleeve?
again.
The dress.
Silence again. Yeah, the sleeve.
I was on it.
Front, peasant blouse.
So you Sorry. Don't make it and wear it. Don't make it and wear it.
You'll make a what?
And wear it.
I could see her doing it too.
I'm making it for next week.
I'm sure I know.
And she's like, I had such a hard time.
Okay, now what?
This sleeve.
Wow, what about those sleeves? Hallelujah, you don't have to do this for homework, you mean?
Oh, we're not doing this for homework?
No.
Oh, this is just for pretty sake? Oh, okay.
It's not pretty sake, it's for exposure and knowledge.
Pageantry.
So let
Pattern
me
making
just
tree.
show you something here. Now what you might see in the book is a little bit different. But let me just remind you that if you need to get fullness, how you would.
Yeah, that's easy peasy.
Now, what if I wanted it all the way through? Well, there you go. What if I wanted more at the bottom and less at the top? Again. So I'm going to leave that to you. That's the foundation. It must be spread at least to get that consistency, the continuation of gathers that we added to the front neckline and the back, because this is now the other part of the neckline. See how it'll be sewn and continues into this shape around. Yeah. Yes? Sitting there like a... Be nice. I'm old and I'm tired.
Yeah, we're all there.
And so I would measure this and I would see, right, Sally, how much is 2.5 and figure it all out.
This was the only place left to stand that I could.
Making sure I had inserted here, I had added enough.
So would you do 4.5 inches if you did 4.5 inches and basically?
You know
would
what?
it be the same?
First of all, before I would start a project like this, I would have to say that I'd have a suitable fabric. This fabric would have to speak to me and say peasant blouse. Otherwise, I'm not going down that road. It would have to be a soft. Did you see this thing?
Yeah.
It's like lining. It's not. I bought that because I was looking for a peasant blouse. Although I have the patterns, I don't have the energy sometimes or the time. Okay. So what am I adding? Let's measure. Let's try to do good here. So here's the space. From here to here, I've got 9.5. So I got to add 9 in here is what you're telling me? That's insane.
4.5?
4.5.
4 and
All
3/4.
If this is 4.5. Okay. Fine. It's not exact, but you get the gist of it, and you're not doing it. So take your pictures, keep it for your reference, and we'll jump in there when I see you for pattern making 3. I don't know how the heck we're going to do all of these subjects you want.
Well, when are we doing pattern?
I don't know. We're doing it all in the fall, I guess.
Y'all sign up.
Bridal.
Y'all.
We're doing bridal. Don't you let the... What if my boss is not there anymore? She trusts me. She knows me when I tell her that they're going to come.
Well, the new one will trust you even more.
No, she won't. They don't trust me. They see me with this hair and these outfits, and they don't trust me.
Okay, well then for the next
They
2
figure I'm
weeks.
the fashionista.
Well, for the next 2 weeks, be slick.
At all the meetings, right? She's the
Scare them in the meetings.
I do, obviously. I make a lasting impression. Well, they ask who I am anyway.
Okay.
Oh, well. So where's the green line, folks? Let's not get
Up and down.
Yep, right through here. Let's put it back. Make sure you're putting green lines on sleeves. Who's not doing that? And lost marks today.
Why she always gotta be like that?
Come on, people.
Why can't you let us cry quietly?
And so this would taper a little bit. It's exactly what we're doing to it. We didn't slash or spread, so it'd be somewhat tapered, slimmer at the thing. Then it'd have gathers here. They'd be all gathered up into the peasant blouse effect. And there you have it. So this is
Peasant slave.
peasant blouse sleeve.
Cut to size 10.
Thank you. There you have it. Okay, cool. So can I chop off all of this? You won't know that the raglans came from the front bodices. Are you going to know all of that?
Yeah, we will. Don't chop.
Chop?
No. Why you like chopping
Not
for?
chop.
Don't chop.
Let's get it out of here. If anybody's interested, you have now just witnessed your first